Hold on to your dumbbells, folks. Today we're diving headfirst into the powerhouse world of Levy Nation. With approximately 12,000 Instagram followers hanging on his every word, Remonde Levy is not just towering at 6'4" with size 16 shoes, but he is highly educated, holding a Bachelor of Arts degree in Mass Communications with a concentration in broadcasting and a Master's of Science degree in Entertainment Business. He is a modern-day Renaissance man with success in a variety of fields, including teaching, modeling, acting, while also becoming a fitness professional and entrepreneur. Grab a sweatband and stay tuned. You won't want to miss this episode.
Lady bosses, are you working even after putting the kids to bed but still not getting results?
Are you tired of spending money on ads that aren't getting engagement?
Do you feel burdened that you aren't fulfilling your purpose in life because you are so consumed with work?
I'm your host, Brooke Bolts. I'm an attorney and founder of Bolts Legal. I started my business and in 1 year was bringing in 7 figures and am now bringing in multi-7 figures.
And I'm your co-host, Rachel Bolts, owner of Bolts Media. I've helped many businesses build their online presence and increase their revenue through digital marketing.
Want to hear how we did it?
We are here to help you achieve your goals personally, professionally, and spiritually.
So kick off your high heels, sit back, and let's ignite that passion.
We're Miss Biz, where we're putting the Miss in biz.
Let's get biz done.
Well, we are so delighted to have you here today, Ramon.
Thank you
So much for taking the time to be here.
Absolutely.
We love seeing your content online and just seeing the difference that you really strive to make in the lives of your audience and just the people that you interact with every day.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Look, it's a blessing to be here.
You've had a remarkably diverse career and at such a young age, encompassing teaching, modeling, acting, personal training. Can you share with us how your entrepreneurial journey began and what inspired you to pursue such a wide range of endeavors?
Sure. That's an excellent question for you to actually ask me to start off the interview with. Well, to kind of dive into the whole entrepreneurship thing, it's something that I kind of started when I started living in California. Just having the understanding of wanting to. There's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5, but I know that I'm destined and great for more, for better, for more. And with wanting to be, a future millionaire, I understand the importance of having more than 1 or 2, streams of income. And that's something that I'm currently pursuing at this particular moment in time. And I'm sure that's something that we'll probably get into going into the interview itself. But I've decided to, expand my skills as much as possible. And, even though I have the 2 degrees and I've actually worked in a education realm of school and things like that, I also know that I have a lot more to kind of, provide or serve or show when it comes to just me being fully authentic and demonstrating a lot of my skills and my talents. And I want to be able to go to sleep at night and be able to wake up and say, hey, listen, you did your best, fullest potential. And so while doing that, I'm also kind of serving the community or serving people within my, the people who I can feel that's tangible to the craftsmanship of what is that I'm going after, especially with me being an aspiring actor and especially with me having the experience of, walking in multiple fashion shows and seeing what the limelight of that might entail. So I kind of got sucked into that and was just like, ooh, I like it. This is nice, type of thing. And so just working with that, and then also too at the same time still trying to stay humble and grounded. And so I found something in that revenue or in that stream of who I am as a person, and just decided to say, hell, how can I also, while still going after my dreams, still give back to either teaching or to other people and showcasing that he's able to relate, because I want to be very relatable to what is it I'm also doing, but also still go after what it is that I believe in. So that's something that I'm constantly still working on, is the ability to be relatable, but still be myself and still go after my dreams and ambitions in life. Because I'm very ambitious. I don't know how to sit down.
I think it's incredibly admirable that at such a young age, you not only have the desire to continuously learn and build upon your skills, but you also have self-drive.
Yes.
And when I look at some of the most successful people in the world, those two factors alone contribute to a majority of their success. So I love that you encompass that, and then at the same point you still strive to make a difference in the lives
Absolutely.
of others.
I think that just I think it also pays attention to showing versatility within who you are as a human, as a person. I never want to feel as if I'm being very stagnant, so to speak. So I want to be able to just showcase that he has the ability to do a lot. Like, he's just not just a one-dimensional individual. It's somebody that I kind of look up to, is like the Will Smiths of the world, of Dwayne Rock Johnson, so.
So of all the things you do,
Yes.
which is your favorite?
Ooh. They kind of go hand in hand. I would say it's definitely working out and being in shape and being the best version of myself. So I would say that the fitness industry is definitely at the top of my list. And then right next to it is being in front of the camera, acting, and showing, I guess, again, the range of motion, seeing how I move, the angles, understand. Because again, with me having a bachelor's degree in mass communications, those are some of the things from Benedict College. So shout out to the HBCUs. I have the ability to kind of see behind and in front, and kind of just, I guess, I'm my worst critic. So I'm extremely hard on myself, but just taking that and then learning from it, understanding it, and then taking what it is that I can take, utilizing my work ethic to be better. And again, I mentioned like Will Smith, someone that I really look up to and that I would love to work with one day. It's kind of like, he did an interview a long time ago, and he mentioned that, you may be the sexiest, you may be the best looking person, but like my work ethic, like you really will not outwork me. And I really try to take what he said and implement that into my own, I guess, ambitious, characteristic.
So if you're listening to this episode, I want to encourage you to watch the YouTube version, because if you don't, you're missing out. Ramon,
Yes.
let me just tell you, Rachel invited him here, so I had not seen what he looked like. I walked in the room, was like, whew, I need somebody give me a drink of water.
That's hilarious. Thank you.
So you definitely want to check out the YouTube version of our show today.
Thank you.
But question, how often do you work out?
So I work out a good 5 times out of the week. And
How long
I try
each day?
About 2 hours.
2 hours a day?
Yes.
It shows.
Yes. Yes.
Surely shows.
Yes. So I work out a good 5 days out the week. And here's the thing. I think a lot of people forget the importance of recovery. It's okay to kind of just get in the gym, lift the weights, making sure your nutrition is more. But I think if anything, I believe that recovery is actually more important than anything else when it comes to the fitness part of it. That's just my take. I can only speak from my own feeling or well-beings of when, working out. Because recovery, you have to allow your tissues to rebuild.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that completely. And I actually discovered that by accident. It just so happened to be I just wasn't feeling good.
Yes.
So I stayed home from the gym. And then I think it was like 3 or 4 days later, which usually I'm in there like 5 to 6 times a week.
Yes.
And I noticed that the next time I went to get in, I was able to increase all my weight.
Oh, absolutely.
And I was like, there would be no way, because I've been at this plateau.
Yes.
And it's because I really haven't been allowing my muscles to recover.
Right. And if you're hitting a plateau, that should be indication that you need to either take a break, and then also let's, overload a little bit for the next week. You always want to progress, never plateau.
So with your diverse skill set, how do you find different experiences or different job opportunities?
It's a grind. And I think anybody who is in my shoes or wanting to be in my shoes or is in my shoes but wanting to exceed or do better like myself would understand that you have to hustle. It's not for the weak-minded. It's just not. And someone like myself, shout out to the overthinkers, unfortunately, but someone like myself who does overthink or who may slightly overanalyze, it's important. Again, it kind of just comes back to just me being my biggest critique, just me being very hard on myself. So I'm always seeking opportunities through marketing, any type of advertisement, it's word of mouth. It's funny, I actually just had this conversation with a friend of mine, and I told him that, and he lives in the DMV area, that whenever I go out, I don't go out to party. I don't really, I could party later. My mind frame is, I want to hustle now, I want to work hard now, and then party later on when I'm my family's taken care of, my mother is taken care of, whoever I felt that helped me out on my journey. I could take care of them for whatever it is I need to take care of them for, that sort of thing. So right now I'm on this self-improvement healing journey when it comes to finances, when it comes to job opportunities, when it comes to acting, when it comes to whatever it is that I have going forward that I see myself accomplishing. Because it's funny, I was on my way, I was talking to you earlier, my goal is to be a millionaire by the time I'm 40 years old. I'm 33, so I got a little bit, time to go. But I'm not going to be able to get there or do that unless I start now or start before that, which I did, but unless I start the grind now and I continue to have the grind. It's mind frame. It's mindset. It's how you feel internally of not settling. And I never want to settle.
I love that. So by party later, do you mean go to bed at 8 p.m. like Rachel, 9 p.m. like me?
Something like that. I guess you could say that.
Listen, I get up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning every day.
Yeah. You got that, Jack. Okay, and then actually to pick it back off to the thing, in for the whole 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock morning, I get that. For me, I don't get up at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to be honest with you. But I do get up early enough to make sure that my day is feeling accomplished. And I guess I'm at a point where if I am getting up at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning, it's because I actually really want to do something. And say, for example, if I was on set for a movie, I'm going to be excited, to make sure that I get up at that time. Call time is at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm up at 1 or 2, I watch some of these, people the role models that I look up to, Marks, Dwayne Rock Johnson's, shout out to Eric Tom. These are people that I looked up for. They get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and they're able to start their day. They're able to cater to their children, to their loved ones, their wives, their partners, whatever the case may be, train, work out, eat correctly, nutrition. These are steps, and you kind of see it works. So if they're doing it, and it's something that I know that I have the ability of striving for, I can do it as well.
So what advice would you give someone who was pursuing multiple careers?
Ooh, that's a good question. I probably would say if you have a gift, to hone in on that gift, study that gift, and then take that gift and do your best to find a multitude of income, a multitude, try to prophesy off of that, get profit, try to get it where you need to, and try to indulge in as much revenue with that gift. Because it's actually, I was having a conversation with my barber before I actually came here, and he was mentioning something in reference to how he used to draw. And if you're good at drawing, find something that you're good at. If you're good at being an illustrator, if you're good at photography, if you're good, whatever it is that you can try to find ways to multiply that for multiple, incomes. But you have to advertise. You have to put yourself out there. This is me still putting myself out there. This, to me here, it's marketing. This right here is also letting people know who I am on an authentic basis. I'm not doing this for clicks. I'm not doing this for bait. I'm doing this to show my real authentic self. I'm kind of at that point in my life where it's either you accept me for who I am or you don't accept me at all. But I want people to accept me for the true self of who I am. And if you're doing that, that'll open up doors too for you, where money can't. and have some manners. That's it.
Yeah, putting yourself out
Yeah.
there is so crucial because
Right.
you have to be visible and you have to be able to make connections in order to facilitate
Yes.
whatever it is that your business ventures or goals truly
Absolutely.
are.
Absolutely.
So when we talk about advertising and putting ourselves out there, growing your social media presence is very big these days,
is.
especially for business owners. And it's a really big challenge
Absolutely.
for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
So how did you successfully build your social media following?
So for me, I'm gonna be real. I don't think 12.9 or 12 is a lot to me, because I've associated myself with people who are in the millions, or they have over 50K, or even half a million, 500.
It's a lot to me. I have
So-
like 400.
So I'm actually grateful and humbled at the fact that you guys feel that that's a lot. But again, it's for me, I guess, even with the little bit of followers that I have, I feel like they're true followers. Like those are people that truly want to see me succeed. Maybe got a little bit of haters here and there, but because here's the thing. If you ain't got haters, then you ain't doing something right.
That's right.
And I'm gonna just be completely honest and real with you. So, because it's people that, and I'm not saying all that, but you have to take what it is that God gave you and then utilize it to the best. So if He gave me only 11 to 12,000 followers, I'm happy with those. Because to me, I look at it like, okay, out of those 12, I got at least half that really mess with your boy. They really support me. They want to see me win. They want to see me do well, because that old saying is people want to see you do well, but not better than them. Mm-hmm. At that point, it's kind of like, okay, well, I used to always tell this to someone a long time ago, and I still have this kind of mantra or why, but if you're not adding, you're subtracting. So for me, I always want to have the ability to add, never subtract. Or I want to always have the opportunity to always multiply and never divide. And that's kind of like a mathematic type of like analogy, I guess you should say, or scenario preference, but that's how I guess, utilize the ability to have my followers that I do have at 12,000 to at least feel like, okay, they support me, this is what I want to go. And my Instagram following has started to increase, slowly but surely, especially with the new partnerships and the new things that I've actually brought to the table recently, within just like this year, honestly.
Do you love the Miss Biz podcast?
Because we love you.
Here's 3 things you can do to show your support.
1, write us a review. Apple or Spotify are the best platforms for reviews.
2, join us for our free Friday Zoom calls at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. To RSVP, go to missbiz.com homepage, scroll down to Miss Biz Connects, and click the link.
3, follow us on social media. Our handle is at Miss Biz Podcast.
As always, thank you for your support. So for most of our listeners,
Yes.
your following is impressive.
Okay.
I know you're
Well,
being
thank you.
humble, but
Yes.
to us, that's impressive.
Thank you so much.
Especially on Instagram. Instagram, to me, is the hardest
It is.
platform
It's very
to get
hard.
followers on. But what have you done to gain your following? What advice would you have for someone who's still struggling in the 50 followers to get to a place
Well,
where you are?
It's really networking. We live in a world now where it's not what you know, it's who you know. And so, I've associated myself with and with people who have had a lot more social media following than I have through either just word of mouth or networking or meeting somebody, and doing a small collaboration with them on social media. We now have that tool now on social media where you can collaborate. And then also too, I would say that tagging people, brands, partnerships, affiliate programs now. You have the ability to work with certain brands on Shopify or Amazon or whatever the case may be that allows you to gain more numbers, likes, views. You have to pay attention now to your dashboard, the analytics, the insight of what your social media presence is, the time frame of when you can post, when you shouldn't post, hashtagging, that sort of thing. Instagram is now, it used to be like, let me just post a photo or like a video and I'm good. Now it's a job. And I treat my social media like a job. I don't just treat it like, I'll throw it here and there, like a photo of like, my mother and I, or like people that I've collaborated with, or like pictures of stuff. But like the majority of, if you go on my social media, it's professional to the best of my ability. It's not something that let me just throw some stuff on there. Like, it's a business to me now. So if you treat it like a business and you treat it where it's something that like your revenue can come and orchestrate revenue, then I think it'll start to grow. But it's not what you know, it's who you know.
How did you learn to do all those things to grow your social media?
So actually, with me going to Full Sail University, shout out to Full Sail here in Orlando, and I got my master's degree. I had an instructor, because they don't like to be called professors. I remember that. But I was in a branding class, and I'll never forget that. Like, even with resumes, if you notice, resumes are not really paper anymore. It's digital now. And I remember him saying that, and I remember him saying something in reference to the fact that everything's going to become digital. So with everything becoming more digital now, I have the ability to use that in like even on calls, like FaceTiming somebody. Like, we didn't have FaceTime like that way back in the day. So I can now FaceTime somebody, tell them, hey, this is the idea that I have. Can we capitalize off of it? So capitalizing off of digital networking, meeting people however you can, and then taking that and then operating, and then also just being a student. I think it's also with me being an athlete, playing through high school. Actually, ever since I was in softball, like just being an athlete, I used to always study. And I'm a student I'm constantly studying. I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly trying to evolve. I'm constantly trying to be better. I'm reading certain things. I'm watching certain things on social media. And I'm just always trying to just learn. And you have to learn in order to grow.
When I look at your social media, one thing that stands out to me is, like you had mentioned, your group of supporters. Like,
yes.
They are genuinely engaging.
Yes.
They're commenting. And I know with social media, engagement is another big problem. It's
Absolutely.
like, how do we get people to comment? How do we get people to
yes.
interact? Because
Right.
then that in turn drives more traffic to you.
Yes.
So what tips or advice do you have to business owners who want to increase engagement on their social media pages?
Well, that's a good question. I would probably say that the best tip would be to find ways to collaborate. I would say to kind of bring more engagement. Pay attention. Again, I go back to pay attention to your dashboard, your insight of when to post, how to post, and then just taking the time to like key in. Like, for example, I had a friend of mine, shout out to St. Christopher. He kind of helped me a little bit with that, where we met at like a coffee spot. We talked, gave a rundown of what it is that I want to say. Because here's the thing, on Instagram or any type of social media platform like TikTok or whatever the case may be, you're going to attract what it is, kind of like how you post. So, for example, this is a podcast, this is an interview. So you want to attract those type of individuals. If you're into real estate, you want to attract those type of individuals. If someone like myself, who's an entrepreneur, fitness guy, into acting, into modeling, into kind of being in the entertainment industry, I want to cater to that type of market. So you want to be able to talk, you want your social media to kind of implement what type of attraction you want to have. So if you're into real estate, if you're into whatever, if you're into being an attorney, shout out to the legal queens out in California, they all are phenomenal women, but they all have this one specific page that is, dedicated to women who are attorneys. So I would say that that's the best way to orchestrate like your social media presence and to monetize it correctly, and speaking more thoroughly throughout your social media presence, which is something I'm currently working on now too.
It can be so challenging because what worked yesterday may not work today. So things are constantly changing.
Yes, every day.
What is, I know, even today, Instagram had an update.
Yes, exactly.
On their stories.
That's so
we were
true.
talking about it before. So what advice would you give to people when they're trying to stay current on industry trends? Or how do you stay current on industry trends?
You know what? Like, That can be very overwhelming. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So I'm honestly, and it was. And and I have friends that get on me about it and they're like, man, Ramon, come on, bro, you gotta da-da-da-da. And I'm like, bro, at this time, dude, I don't even care, bro. People gonna see what they want to see. They're gonna see when they want to see. But because here's the thing, like it can become overwhelming, and then you start to question yourself, and then you start to wonder if you're good enough, and then you start to wonder, well, am I doing this correctly? And if am I not doing this correctly? So I have my moments where I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna post it just to post it. And then I have my moments where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna post at a specific time because I know that this is where I'm gonna get the most traction. So I've gotten to the point now where it's kind of like that I don't care attitude when somebody wants to talk bad about you or whatever. Like, dude, you're gonna say whatever you wanna say anyways. I'm still gonna be me. So I can't care what people think, nor can I care what people say, because therefore now I'm taking me away from me. And I think I finally got to that point where even with social media, I post when I want to post, and then there's moments where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be strategic. The right people are gonna see it when they want to see it, and God's gonna make a way out of no way. So that's how I kind of look at it. And so if it's where you're really like, oh my God, man, I'm not getting the following that I want, I'm not getting the full engagement that I really want, don't worry about it, because I've seen people where they've just post like they post every day, didn't care what time, who they attracted, whatever, they stuck true to themselves, and now they got 1.3 followers. They've got all this, and it took them some time now. It took them like a few years, like maybe 2 or 3 years, but now they've gotten to that point where each post that they make on social media, maybe $700 for a post for a brand that might want to, do a collaboration or a contract with you for 6 months. So now you're making money on social media too, and unfortunately, I think with Instagram, they took away the Reels, because on Reels where you can make money off of Reels, they took that away, unfortunately. But I think TikTok now has that option or that tool where you can make money on TikTok. So.
You mentioned being adaptable and flexible. That is another huge key factor to being successful.
Absolutely.
And I know you've talked about living in California.
Yes.
I know you lived in New York for
a
while.
Yes.
You also did some work internationally as well. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So actually, I did. Well, it was internationally where I did super international. I did pageant. So I did a pageant back in LA, and I actually also had an opportunity to do a couple campaigns overseas as well. I never went overseas, but the actual studio and the photographer and the brand came in. I'm plastered somewhere in Europe, in some mall or whatever, and so that alone came from the agency that I was signed to. About three or 4 years ago, and a little longer than that actually. But the fact that I had that opportunity was a blessing. So yeah, and I would love to travel more and kind of go overseas and venture out. So hopefully.
So I know that you've mentioned being humble.
Yes.
And you've mentioned to me, just speaking with me previously, about how important your faith is to you. And many of our listeners, they're Christian business owners. So from a biblical perspective, what advice do you have to aspiring entrepreneurs or individuals who feel maybe overwhelmed or uncertain about pursuing their passions?
You can't lose your faith, man. And I think, I'm not going to sit here and act like I didn't have a moment of just like scratching my back of my neck, like, bro, this is not working. And I got a lot of faith, but it still ain't happening. I think also that's a testimony of God kind of testing you to see like how bad you actually really want it, where I'm getting ready to take you. And, like, again, we were talking before we got here a little bit, but in reference to just the transitional form. And I think right before you actually get a blessing from God, he's going to put you through the wire a little bit. Things are just going to start to like either, if you just, I'm not trying to be funny, but if you got fired from a job, but then like maybe 2 months later, your dream job just opened up, or something's going on with your car. Now you are getting ready to get into a new car. There's always like that. And it may not move when you want it to move. And that's something that I think that God is currently testing me in, is my patience, because I don't got no patience. I do not have patience. I want it now. I want to get it, because but then I guess the reason why I want it now is because of the fact that, like, in my mind, I feel like I'm not going to look the way that I look now for a very, very long time. But then everybody looks at me like, dude, Ron, you got like 15 more years, bro. You're going to be fine. So my thing, because I want to be able to feel that I'm feeling and be able to showcase my ability, the agility, the mobility, everything that I have now, so that, like, when I'm on the screen, there's no questioning. There's no like, oh, I can't do it because my back hurts, or there's no whatever, like, and that's where in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm so hard on myself because I critique everything about me. And it has nothing to do with insecurity. It has everything to do with perfection, because I strive for it. I'm not perfect, but I strive for it. And I think that's because, again, it goes back to the ambition part of who I am. So, again, I guess going back to the question in reference to how I can kind of relate to the biblical form of it is you can't lose your faith. And people say that so, like, freely, people will question it. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I didn't, because I have. But at the same time, I never lost it, because at that time when you are being tested is when people are like, okay, I have faith, but I'm questioning it because why am I going through what I'm going through, but I still want to have that faith in it. So it's a very, and I think also too with men right now, it's Men's Week or Men's Month, Mental Health Month, Awareness Month. And so especially with that being in the back of our heads when we're trying to be providers, we're trying to be protectors, we're trying to do all of those things, we get in the back of our heads like, okay, is this gonna work? Like, even in just relationships, forget any type of ambition, but just relationships, jobs, whatever the case, making sure that we're doing what we're doing, you can't lose faith. And that's the biggest thing I would probably say is don't lose faith.
I love that. And that's so important because we know that God's got us in the palm of his hand.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just, we have to just trust him. And
absolutely.
It's hard because, especially if you're a go-getter, you want to get things done and you want to get things done now.
And now, exactly.
So it can be quite challenging.
Absolutely.
You don't want to be whack. We will cut you some slack.
We got you.
You just want to make a big stack.
Ballin'.
Listen to our biz hack.
Instagram Notes is a 60-character status update that appears right above the messages section in your followers' inboxes. So why should your brand use Instagram Notes?
Here are some smart strategies. Notify followers.
Announce new product launches or upcoming events.
Content updates.
Highlight your latest posts, reels, or stories.
Special offers.
Share exclusive discounts or promotions.
Engagement.
Build daily interaction with fun updates or quotes.
Personal touch.
Greet your followers, share emojis, or quick jokes.
Here's how to create an Instagram note. Open the Instagram app. Head to your inbox by tapping the message icon. Click the plus icon above your profile picture to leave a note. Choose your audience, followers, or close friends.
While there's no official word on Notes affecting Instagram's algorithm, increased engagement from Notes could positively impact your analytics. Give Instagram Notes a try and watch your brand engagement soar. When you're reflecting on your career, what would you say is the biggest business accomplishment that you've had?
Oh, that's a loaded question. Can you repeat the question one more time for me so I have a better way?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So you've done a lot of things with your life.
Yes.
What would you say is the biggest accomplishment that you've had in terms of business or business growth?
I feel like and maybe it's just the whole part, but I feel like I haven't really accomplished it. If I was to be completely honest with you, I mean, yes, I've, networked and met with some good people. I've signed with a few agencies. I have 2 degrees, but like in my mind, I feel like I haven't done much. And again, this is just me being completely real. Like, I can't take away from the hard work that I've already done and accomplished, but because of who I am and where I see myself going, I still feel like I have a lot of work to do. It's easy for me to say, like, okay, cool, yeah, you've walked 4 seasons in New York Fashion Week. You've done 2 seasons in LA Fashion Week. You've done 2 seasons in Miami Swim Week. You know, yeah, you got on TMZ. That's cool. You know, but for me, you know, and again, I've also taught. I would say that the most impactful one was when I taught. When I was a teacher, I taught at Westwood Middle School in Polk County in Winter Haven area. And I was the business, I did business education in an ITV program there. And so while doing that, I had the ability of kind of like inspiring certain students. Being a teacher ain't easy. I'm gonna just be real. It's not easy. I feel like they get underpaid, but that's just me. Like, you know, it's just the truth. But I told myself, you know, even while doing lesson plans or whatever, that when I go into work, at the time when I was teaching, that if I didn't impact all of the students, I impacted one, and I did my job, and I was happy with that. You know, at that time, you know, my teaching experience in the education realm was in that department was very short-lived. But I do know that I did impact, because I got a few of them that still follow me on Instagram, and they're always checking. I'm like, hey, Mr. Levy, how you doing? Or, hey, I don't know, I'm a cool teacher. I let them call me by my first name. But hey, Ramon, how you doing? Or whatever the case may be. Because I was also, you know, being a paraprofessional, the structure behind me even getting into the teaching realm was from me being a substitute teacher, then from me being a substitute teacher to a paraprofessional, from paraprofessional to a disciplinary secretary. Then I actually got the opportunity to be a teacher. You know, so and I actually now have another opportunity coming up, possibly to be a teacher at a performing arts school for a few hours on like a Tuesday and a Thursday, just to, you know, give back and teach and help. Because I have two degrees, and then on top of that too, I have 7 certifications in HIT. You know, so.
I agree with you 100% when you say that being a teacher is incredibly rewarding. I was a teacher for 15 years,
wow.
And I loved it.
Yes.
I never wanted to quit. That was my end all, is I was going to retire, because it's hard to quit something that you love doing. But as you so beautifully mentioned about how they don't get paid enough, that is a huge determining factor that'll get somebody that needs to be like, well, I have to survive, so I've got to do what I've got to do.
Absolutely.
So in addition to what you are currently doing in terms of personal fitness, it's my understanding that you recently started a new venture with Totem. Is it Totem Coach?
Yes, so Totem Coach, yes.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about that?
So Totem Coach is a fitness platform that actually just launched June 17th. It was originally created by Darren and Mike, who live here in Orlando. They started this program, I think, a little bit over 5 or 6 years ago. And so what it is, it's a fitness app, and it's the ability, they're trying to change the trajectory of where fitness is going by implementing more infrastructure to the platform itself when it comes to people who are on the go, like you lovely ladies. I'm on the go, you know, I have the ability to want to work out, but what if I'm traveling somewhere and there's no gym around, or whatever the case may be? Can I at least go on this app? Or if there is a gym around and I don't have my personal trainer near me, do I have the ability to still work out the way that I want to? Well, yeah, you do. You sign up on the app, you have your workouts, you have your nutrition, and on top of that too, it's a good way for me to hold you accountable. So I can see if you've logged in. I can see and track if you've taken your, done the nutrition correctly. I can also see if you've actually completed the workouts that I provided for you on the actual app itself. And I got into it also because I have the ability to build equity. So now I'm actually part owner of the actual app.
Nice.
So, because again, that millionaire mind frame that I have is like, okay, I want to see where this can go, and I want to see how far it can go. And so with that being said, I want to be able to have that equity to start kind of like building. It's kind of like stock. I want to invest in it, leave it alone, and not touch it for a few years, and then see where it goes, and then go from there. So yeah.
So on the app, do they have like the little avatars that show you how to do the exercises and stuff?
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah. And then on top of that too, we have the ability to create like functional movement for you. Like we can actually go to a studio. We can actually provide like some type of videography work for you to implement and post into the actual app, so that if you're not knowing how to actually do, let's just keep it basic, a regular push-up or a bicep curl or a tricep extension or a leg extension or a shoulder press or a military press. These are things that we know that we have the ability of showcasing you guys, because we are the fitness professionals, to provide for you so you have an understanding of how to actually correctly do the exercise. Keeping it simple and keeping it easy, but also making sure you work correctly.
So I remember talking to you, actually it was earlier today, about the importance of mentorship and
Yes.
how that plays a role in your life.
Right.
So what would you recommend to business owners in terms of seeking out a mentor or becoming a mentor for someone?
Okay. Another good question. So I can only give advice on stuff that I've actually I've gone through. And so for me, like, getting a mentor started for me when I was going to church. So way back because I'm originally from Buffalo, New York. So, and it's crazy because I also have my therapist. So one of my mentors is actually one of my therapists too, and he's actually a pastor as well. I have two of them that I'm really close to. And they've helped me in reference, I can't really say in reference to the business aspect of it, but I could say in reference to me being a man. I would say that how my mind frame is, I can't I can't associate myself personally with a business mentor just yet until I have a man mentality of how to be that, if that makes sense. So before that even comes into play, I got to learn me first before I can even exude the understanding of how to be a businessman or how to seek business help with a mentor. So I would say start with the basics first by finding a mentor of like certain things, especially if you're younger and you're like in a teenage area or even college, getting ready to go into the real world. Find someone that's a bit older than you that has the ability to be like, okay, don't do that. I made that mistake. Don't make it again. Because that's what you want to do. Like it's not about you. It's about the next generation. It's about the next person that's coming up. Because that's how the people who are above you, or not above you, I wouldn't say above you, but are doing, excellingly well, they have the ability to kind of give you advice, and be real about that. But I guess on the business part of it, if you're, again, networking, going to business networking events, I know a lot of them are downtown in Orlando. I know some of them are in Winter Park, paying attention to the flyers that are being pushed out. Like I live near Binks, Orlando. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Binks, Orlando, but it's an amazing cafe where they do poetry. They do, I've even seen Full Sail University come, it's like students, and they've done gatherings where they're like, hey, do we have a videographer here? Do we have a photographer here? Do we have a music artist here? Do we have whatever? So there's ways for you to network and meet people in a different variety of parts of Orlando. You just got to know where to go and how to go about doing it. And everything is on social media now. So, and with that being said, they now have the ability of being a mentor for you. So if you're new and you don't know what you're doing, people that have had maybe a year or two under their belt, now I can take you underneath my belt and I can show you. So, but before that, it starts with trying to be a man first.
Yes. Yeah. Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Meet our expert team at Miss Biz.
Whether you need help with business strategy, brand development, or digital marketing, we have a personalized one-on-one coaching program just for you.
And if you're looking for something more budget-friendly, our group coaching services offer incredible value and the chance to learn alongside like-minded entrepreneurs.
Transform your business today. Visit missbiz.com and start your journey to success.
I agree with you 100%. I remember as a child, I used to always want to hang out with the widows at church.
Of course.
Because I loved the stories that they told me, and I found that I would be leaving there and feeling like I had just gained 10 years worth of knowledge based
Yes.
upon all the stories that they would tell and just all the wisdom that they would try
Absolutely.
to share.
Absolutely.
So I wanted to ask you a random question.
Okay.
Since you are obviously very much in shape
Okay.
and very good at training people, if I wanted to squash a watermelon with my quads,
Okay.
what would I need to do in order to be able to get that done?
We're gonna have to build them legs up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we
So
gon-
what kind of exercises are we talking?
We talking a couple abductors. We talking a couple adductors too. Hitting the glute correctly, hitting the quadriceps correctly, leg extensions, squatting. A lot of squatting. A lot of squatting to
Great.
really.
We got some more work to do.
Yeah, we need to build them legs up, man. So
Okay.
it's all within the quad. It's all within the hamstring, glute. It's everything is leg based, lower half, and also on top of that too, your core plays a huge role. Your core plays a huge role in almost every exercise.
I find it crazy trying to battle genetics. You know how like you
Yes.
go in the mall and you can tell
Yes.
who's related to who because they've all got like the wide shoulder, no butt, walking down together in a row. You can always tell them, but it's so
The flat back.
hard. Yeah, the flat back.
Right.
But it's so hard to be able to build something that you just are not genetically made to
Yeah.
do.
Yes. That I do come across that, especially with a few clients that I had, I say this with some of the, like a lot of people aren't built how I'm built or how others are built in other ways. And that's where you do your best to find a program that is tailored to your body frame, that is tailored to your athleticism or, down to your nutrition. And I tell people all the time, it's the 80-20 rule. 80% is what you're consuming or intaking when it comes to your nutrition. The other 20% is in the gym. That's the easy part. The gym is easy. The food is where people mess up at.
Amen.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
Amen to that.
I can't. And then also just keeping it basic. Like we live in a world where it's like a lot of influencers, and I'm all for it. I'm not hating on them at all. Do what you want to do. But also too, at the same time, I also am a stickler for not confusing some people. Because like a lot of people will look and be like, oh, that looks cool. Yeah, it looks cool, but it ain't hitting nothing. Like you want to keep it as simple and as basic as possible to really make sure that you're hitting the correct muscle group for that particular exercise or workout for the day. So.
Right, and there's a lot of people that just have show muscle and like real true strength either. So.
Yeah, right, and that comes down to supplements too at the same time. But we don't have to get into all that. But yeah, it really comes down like for me, like I'm natural. You know what I'm saying? Well, I consider myself natural because of the fact that like I eat clean, I eat right. Yes, and again, people, I hate saying this. Like when people, I guess it's like when people say like, "Are you natural?" And I'm like, I consider myself natural, but do I take supplements? Yes, I just take my protein powder, my creatine, which is actually very good for you, and I take my pre-workout to kind of get me going, and it helps me kind of build that muscle endurance that I feel, or the stamina that I need when it comes to making sure that I have a fulfilling workout. But do I take steroids? No. Have I ever taken steroids? No. Will I ever take steroids? Probably not. So I try to be as clean and as authentic as possible. And even too, like I've also taken certain remedies where sea moss is very important. Shout out to people who understand who Dr. Sabi is. With sea moss is very big. Out of 180 minerals, it has 92 of them. It helps with your eyesight, with your nails. You can bathe with it. It helps with your joints. It helps with the prostate. It helps with, any type of your nail bedding, your hair, skin. Boosts your libido, but it helps you with other things. That's very, very beneficial, and it gives you that energy that you need.
So speaking of energy,
yes.
I heard that you were on a TV show.
Okay.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So, I was on a TV show a while ago, actually. It was actually over COVID. My cousin and I, shout out to Keith Williams, we were on, oh my God. Super Mario Sweeps. Excuse me, I was thinking of something else. But Super Mario Sweeps, it's an old '90s TV show that came out in the '90s, and they brought it back in 2020. And if you want to, the episode is on Hulu. We're the last episode, by the way. So I was on that show, and that's actually where a little bit of my marketing came from with the social media following too. It's because Tracy, what's her name? Oh my God, what's the host's name? I forgot. My mind is somewhere else. I apologize. But so that was nice. I had that experience. We shot it. Of course, they were very strict at that particular time because COVID was a very weird time. But we were able to complete it in a day, and it was awesome.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
So what is the best way, if our listeners want to hire you or support your business, what is the best way for them to reach out to you?
Social media.
Okay.
Yeah, just I would say at Levy Nation. So it's at _Levy Nation _, and then also to my email address, which is my first and last name, which is RemondeLevy@gmail.com. That's RemondeLevy@gmail.com. Also, you can also look at my website, which is www.RemondeLevy.com as well, and then Levy Nation on TikTok as well. So everything is under Levy Nation. And my default looks like a cop. So I have a hat on, blue hat on with glasses on, and a nice turtleneck. I look fly. So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Absolutely.
Guys, if you are looking for someone to model, to act, you've heard it. He's a Renaissance man with a business plan.
Yes.
Or if you're looking to reach your nutritional or physical goals, please reach out to him, support him. He is amazing, and he will help you get to where you need to be.
Awesome.
And we have a surprise for you.
Okay. What's the surprise?
So stay tuned for your surprise. Give me 1 minute to set it up.
Okay. I'm nervous.
Are you?
Yes. No, I gotta get this on the camera, bro.
Ramon, he's 6'4" and 33. Ramon, he was a teacher.
Hey, that's just like me.
Ramon,
Oh, this is fire.
he's got his own master's degree. Ramon, you might have seen him on TV.
When COVID hit, we got sick. Ramon said, hey, y'all watch this trick.
I'm a jack of all trades, I won't get played. There's more than one way to get paid.
This auto-tune thing is crazy.
I know, right? I'm gonna start a Levy Nation. Watch my business do some levitation. I'm a Renaissance man with a business plan.
No.
Ramon,
He's 6'4" and 33.
Ramon,
This is fire.
he was a teacher.
Hey, that's just like me.
Ramon,
He's got his own master's degree.
Ramon, you might have seen him on TV.
Oh, that is smooth, yo. That was. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're on YouTube.
Oh, man, that is a.
Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths.
We appreciate you and are honored to be on this journey with you. We can't wait to help you, to encourage you, and show you how to grow personally, professionally, and spiritually.
If you found Miss Biz helpful, please leave a review and share with others.
You can follow us on social media at Miss Biz Podcast.
For legal questions or services, please visit boltslegal.com.
And for digital marketing needs, please visit boltsmedia.com. Let's get biz done.